Hello doodads and dudettes. Today we're going to take a look at a Facebook Marketplace Atari 2600 lot that I picked up, and once we're done going through it, I'll tell you what I paid for it and we'll see if it was worth the money or not.
Say, kids, what time is it?
It's 8-bit doodads time! Okay, so I answered a Facebook Marketplace ad that said Atari lot. It actually said kind of works, so we're going to find out about that. It came with two Atari 2600s. Both models are 4-switch. They do seem to be a little bit different. One's got a really thin cable and the other's got a thicker cable as far as output goes. Let me move those and let's see what else we got before we try anything out. Okay, so there are 4 sets of paddles in this cluster. These are some TI, Texas Instrument branded ones. I'm not sure if they're compatible. I'm thinking they might be. 3 of the traditional ones. 2 don't look horrible. One of them is missing a piece. Still playable, but there is an RF switch. Video touchpad. I have no idea. It is made by Atari. I have no idea what it's used for, or if it gets used with any of these games. Leave a comment if you know what they're for, so I'm not going to be getting into it today. 1 power supply, the very long cord. That was always interesting. They gave you very long options so that you could sit on your couch and have the game console right in front of you, and then you wouldn't have to have massively long joystick cords. So there's that, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 joysticks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test all these joysticks using my Atari Commodore joystick tester that I made. This is very handy to have. I will leave a link to PCBWay on where to buy the boards if you want to build these up for yourselves, and then you can find all the other parts everywhere else as well. Alright, so of the joysticks, 3 of them are very familiar. The rubber thingy got just ripped around here, it came out You ended up tossing it, you still played with it. So let's test these 3 first. I'm getting nothing on this. Not even a fire button. Oh yeah, I don't feel anything connecting inside there at all. Oh, there's a fire button. There was a fire button. Okay, this one's marginal, but there's no down. Fire button is intermittent. Now let's test the 3 that have had a lot less use. This one, might have some life in it. There's the fire button. Oh, let me see if it... Now you guys aren't going to be able to see that very well. Left and up work. Down sorta, and right not at all. 2 more. Fire button works. Up works. Down works. Left works. Right works. This one is kind of marginal. That might be the answer. I'm gonna set that one off to the side. We've got one last one to try here. No fire button. Up works. Okay, so every joystick in the batch was kind of crappy. Luckily, I do have one good joystick that does test everything. All right, I am going to set this up so we can test the units out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so long story short, in the process of getting a VCR set up so I can capture the RF coming out of this thing, I tested both systems. I have one, this system right here, that works, and the other one doesn't respond at all. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the cartridges and see which ones are good, which ones are bad. Both systems are going to need completely cleaned. I'll probably end up having to clean all the cartridges and the slots, and I might need to do some recapping and just some basic upgrading to this thing. So let's test the cartridges. First up is Encounter at L5. I've never played this game. I also want to tell you right now that I cannot hear the audio, so I don't know how good the audio is or if it's scratchy, but we're just checking for video and basic functionality right now. Miss Pac-Man. Looks like that's a plus. The ever popular Asteroids. Well, it looks like that's a good start. Next is Cosmic Arc. Alright, I'll put that in the no pile. Star Voyager. Well, I get a basic image out of it, but it looks pretty bad. I'll put that in the somewhat works pile. Let's take a look at Pitfall. Well, and the video is not going to be perfect either because I'm still using that RF. I think when I go through these and clean them, I will probably put in a composite video signal while we're doing it, and that'll clean up the video quite a bit. Next up is Pac-Man. Well, it's a basic start. Next we are going for Space Invaders. That was everybody's favorite. Looks like a no-go on the Space Invaders. 2 down that don't have anything. Atlantis. That's a good start for that one. Let's go for Home Run next. That looks like it might be working. Street Racer. That don't look good at all. Got some basic stuff. That might just mean you need the card edges cleaned. That's alright, that's what these sockets for, but I'm going to put that in the no pile. Next up is Star Voyager. I'm going to put that under the completely non-functional for the moment. Now we're going for Spider-Man. Hey, that looks like it's functional. Next one is a Telegames cartridge. Telegames Hyperspace and Thrust Control. So I guess it's basically Asteroid. Okay. Getting down there. Mega Mania is next. I have no idea what's supposed to be on the screen. It might be functional. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to say no. Next up is MASH. I'm going to have to call that one a no as well. Next up, Bermuda Triangle. That looks like it is functional. Alright, next up is Maze Craze. It looks functional. By the way, I just went back and looked at some of my footage, and there was definitely all kinds of audio problems. So I know there's a problem with that, but it wasn't with every single one of them. Like I said, this is going to need a complete cleaning and probably some reworking. Next up, Millipede. There we go. Next up, 3D Tic-Tac-Toe. Looks to be functional to me for now. And the game that I know came with my original 2600. Combat. Everybody's got a copy of it. I don't think you can buy a 2600 system used that doesn't have a copy of Combat with it. Alright, last but not least, double-headed cartridge. It's got 2 games on it. Spike's Peak. And I guess I'll know what the other one is in a second. And Ghost Manor. Well, that one's Spike's Peak, and the first one was Ghost Manor. Alrighty, that is all of them. I have at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 that are completely nothing out of them. One that it was kind of iffy. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 if you count the double header. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, so 16 good games, 6 bad ones, and 1 iffy. We'll just call it 7 non-functional. Think it's not too bad. I paid $50 for the lot. Not a single functioning joystick. 16 good games. And earlier in the video I was talking about the joysticks and why they weren't functioning. In the past I've had this type of joystick, which all of these are, and there were cracks underneath there in that white plastic, and that's what I was assuming. But now I am thinking that it's the contacts that are inside of here, which are fairly easily fixable. So I will be doing some repair videos on those, as well as getting these the 2 systems up to snuff and operating like they used to, or better. Thanks for watching. If you think you like what we're going to be doing here, go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, share, comment below on if you thought that was a good deal on these. Besides the $50, it was $11 shipping, so $61 total from Facebook Marketplace. I think I did all right.